Was the ball sailing on you today with this wind?
It was tough to control at times, but nothing we couldn't handle out there.
What's it like throwing an 18 out here with the rest of the guys now?
Yeah, man. Throwing to that guy, it's fun, man. He gets open more times than not, even in zones. He has a really good feel for settling in zones and all that stuff. So it's fun to be able to throw to him.
Would you describe this as one of the more talented offenses you've been a part of in your NFL career?
Yeah. We got a really good skill group, and then obviously a great offensive line to go along with it. So we're just excited to continue to put good days together and stack them, and just have a good training camp now, and get ready for a good season.
Sam, Kevin talks a lot about the learning phase of this kind of portion of the year. Just kind of where do you feel like you're at with that?
Yeah, just continuing to learn. I think, one day at a time, and when we install 1, install 2, being able to, when we're at install 8 or 9, when we're down the road, being able to go back to those first couple installs and just kind of refresh on those, because they continue to come up obviously during the season, but in training camp as well.
What does the connection with the receiver mean? I mean, as you try to implement that in the offseason, how do you go about that, and how do you try to go about getting on the same page?
Yeah, you just try to get reps. I think that's really the only thing. Obviously, the connection, off the field is what it is. Whether you have a relationship with a guy off the field or whether you don't. It's what you do on the field, and that rapport that you have with how he runs his routes, and how he can kind of get open versus man coverage, and how he separates, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of things that go into it, and obviously looking forward to more reps in training camp with these guys.
How do you evaluate yourself during this process, knowing that you're still learning the offense, but obviously you want to produce, you want to complete passes, things like that as well?
I'm just trying to do my job every single play. I think it's as simple as that. Completing the football. That's really the only thing is, first and second down, finding completions, third down, handling protection, and trying to get first downs, and obviously getting the end zone.
What's the process like as well? Because like Kirk talked about when he got into the offense, how much he had to learn, and he was trying to how much does this resemble anything you saw in San Francisco or before, and how much is just flat out new to you?
Yeah, there's a lot of new. There's some like formations and motions and different things like that are a little similar, and obviously concepts are very similar, but they're called differently, or the terminology is a little different here. So it's basically like learning a new system. Just got to continue to get used to everything, and just go from there.
Sam, with this new offense, what are you hoping to showcase to the rest of the NFL world this year?
I think for me, it's just like I said before, I think it's just doing my job every single play. And all the other things will kind of come with it. All the accolades, all that stuff. That's for other people to judge. For me, it's just about being able to put the ball in play. Obviously, just kind of being a point guard out there. Getting the ball in play to the skill guys, letting them do their thing after the catch, and managing the offense from there.
Sam, what do you like about working with Wes Phillips, and just kind of what type of a coach is he for you?
Yeah, Wes is great, man. Just being able to kind of pick his brain on certain players he's been around, and then obviously the concepts that we're running, and how they've done it here for a few years, and how they did it in LA. So it's obviously great having Wes, and obviously KO, Josh, all the guys that are on the coaching staff.
Is there a plan now to throw with JJ and Jordan and guys like that in July someplace where
we don't have a plan right now. I'm sure one will come up.
So expect that to happen, though.
Maybe, we'll see.
Sam, a lot of the new quarterbacks have kind of done in the last year a lot of the cramp sessions with Grant Udinski. What kind of a role has he played for you? I mean, have any of those happened yet for you? Or?
That's common knowledge. That's awesome. Yeah, Grant's great. Being able to, because just being able to study with him and hear him call the plays, and just to be able to. I think the biggest thing for me is just hearing the plays. The more I can just hear the terminology and be able to call it right back to him, and know my reads and go through it that way, the better off I'll be. Because when I get out there during the season, it's just muscle memory at that point, and I can look at the defense and the coverage and all the different stuff that I gotta look at.
Whether it's him or Josh or KO, just the number of former quarterbacks, quarterback mentors, coaches that you had here, how much of that was part of the reason you wanted to be here? I guess how attractive is that?
Yeah, it's a great spot in general, right? It's a great organization, great people here, great roster, all those things. But yeah, like you said, man, the coaches that are here, you know, that was a big reason why. Just really good offensive minds. Obviously, you got Flo as well on the defensive side of the ball, his entire staff. So it's great to be able to come here and learn a ton of football.
Do you have any methods for learning the plays? I think Kirk used to record them into his phone and then play them when he was on the ride into work.
Yeah, I do a bunch of different things. You know, recording them is a big one, so I can hear it again, and then say it, drawing it on the whiteboard. You know, with first learning the formations and learning the concepts together, getting poker chips and writing out the different, you know, whether it's Q, H, F, Z, X, Y, being able to write those down on poker chips and kind of move them around and see concepts go together. Just visually for me, that helps me out. But a lot of times, you know, this far along into the process, drawing it on the whiteboard, saying it, and even in my apartment, you know, taking the drops and doing all the footwork stuff that I need to do to make sure that, you know, I'm prepared to obviously practice, training camp, and then go out there and play on Sundays.
Just don't trip over the couch, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Gotta watch out. You know, new apartment, you never know where things are gonna be. So
whoever lives below you probably doesn't like the.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have a ball and I'm just bouncing it on the ground. You know, they probably love that. So I got to remind myself too. After the first couple, I'm like, oh yeah, there's people that live below me. So.